everyone, so today I'm going to be redoing or updating or upgrading, however you want to say it, the second level of my crab habitat. So I'm going to be redoing this whole 20-gallon high topper that I have on my tank, and I actually am making this video for you guys mainly just so that you can see the DIY, because I know a lot of you guys like DIY videos, but also some of the crab habitat reviews that I've done, you guys need to add more second levels and add more climbing space for your crabs. I know it's kind of a hard thing to do because the majority of places selling crabs just teach you to give them sand, and they don't really sell a lot of options that are already made for the crabs to be able to climb. So hopefully this video will give you guys some ideas on how you can create more climbing space for your crabs. For mine, it's not even going to be a second level. I have all of this space. It's gonna be like an apartment building with the amount of different floors that they're going to have. And really, since the quarantine, I haven't been able to upgrade the crabs the way I've wanted to. When I got this tank, I had big plans of how I was going to fill it with a bunch of different things, but it's still looking kind of empty. So let's just get right into it, and I'm gonna show you the supplies that I needed for this. So as far as the supplies for this project, the first thing that I needed was this, and it actually goes by a couple different names. It can be a little bit confusing. The majority of people that own hermit crabs will call this egg crate. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure what the reason is behind that. Another name for it is a light diffuser and is usually found in the ceiling department of stores. So that's gonna be the place to look for it. It's not extremely expensive. I got a big sheet of this for like $17, I think. By the way, if you guys want to do this project, I will be linking everything down in the description. As far as where I bought it, I'll leave links to all of the supplies, so make sure you check that out. The next thing that I needed was coconut fiber. So I know you guys have seen this in a couple of my videos. I have recommended it before because my hermit crabs love this stuff. It is super natural. It doesn't mold easily. The crabs love it. They can climb it very easily. So basically what I'm going to do is cover the entire egg crate in this coconut fiber to make it look more natural. Now, the majority of people that I've seen do this before in their hermit crab tank, they have covered the egg crate with the substrate against the back wall, and that has been able to hold the egg crate up against the wall on its own. I don't have that option because I'm putting it up on the topper tank, and so I'm actually going to be using these to hold it up. So these are Fluker's bamboo bars, and I think they're really ugly, so I'm actually going to be covering them with like hemp or jute twine, and then it will look more natural. But pretty much they're going to be tension rods and hold up the egg crate in its place where I want it, and so the crabs can't knock it over. Zip ties are another big thing that we need for this project. I'm going to be using a bunch of zip ties. And last but not least, I have a hamster wheel. So this might seem like a weird thing to keep in your hermit crab tank, but a lot of other people that have tried hamster wheels have said that it is the best thing they've ever done for their crabs, and their crabs absolutely love it. So we're going to be using this, and I'm actually going to put inside of it some plastic canvas to make it easier for the crabs to climb. Again, this stuff will all be linked in the description if you want to check it out. Alright, so here is the before of our 20-gallon high. It's a really good, decent amount of space for the hermit crabs just to be able to climb in. This is a lot of extra space that I have in here right now that's not being used whatsoever. So I have my heat mat on the back. Right over there is a shell shop. This is actually a live plant I have in here now. Hopefully it will survive. It's done pretty well so far. Then over on the other side I have a moss pit. So this is what we got going on so far. It's a little bit of climbing stuff, but I want to add a whole lot more in here. Because if you look on this side, I mean, this is barely using any of the space in that 20-gallon high. This is what the crab habitat looked like the day that I filmed all of this originally. This was the finished tank that night. So what you're going to see next was filmed today, 5 months later, and it's kind of just an updated version of what the crab habitat is like now, because there have been quite a few changes. So here is the tank today. Firstly, the wheel has made its way to the ground. The crabs didn't like it up that high. I think they didn't feel safe using it, and it also had trouble spinning. But I will say, since it's been on the ground, it has been wonderful. The crabs absolutely love it. They're on it almost all the time. Originally, I had plastic canvas in the wheel, and that worked for a while, but honestly, the crabs didn't need it. They're able to use it just fine without that plastic canvas in there, and I do think it looks a little better without it. So looking up above, you can see the bamboo bars and how they hold the coconut fiber and the egg crate into place. They've done a great job, and the crabs like sleeping on them. Almost all the time you can see crabs like this one just taking a nap during the day. In the front of the tank there is the shelf. The crabs do like to sleep there as well. Sometimes I put extra shells up there. It really is nice having that one solid flat surface in the front where you could really do anything with. As far as the decorations, there's coconut hides, there's cork bark, there's fake plants, there's netting. I also added in the shell shop in the background. It's kind of hard to see here, but I will add some photos. And then on the other side there is a moss pit, although I rotate it, so sometimes it's moss and sometimes it is leaf litter. The crabs really like both. They sleep in there quite often. And then looking at the side of the tank, you can see where I added in the zip ties between the coconut fiber and the egg crate, and those zip ties are what hold everything together. They're pretty permanent, they stay in place well, the crabs are not able to knock anything down, and it's really nice having them there permanently where I don't have to fix them. Overall, I am very happy with this project. I think it's turned out well. There's still room definitely for me to add more in this topper tank. The crabs really love it. They're up there all the time. They sleep up there. They love the wheel. It's all just been a really nice upgrade for them, and I definitely would recommend it for others if you have the space. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure that you leave it a like. Make sure that you check out the description if you want to see the list of supplies and find some prices. There's also a couple tips. Be sure that you are subscribed to see all of my hermits, hounds, horses, and gecko related videos, and I will see you guys next time.